Hey everyone. In this video, we're going to talk about creating a 2D drawing of a 3D model assembly. So basically what we want to capture in our 2D drawing is information about the parts that make up our assembly. And we'll do that by creating a bill of materials or parts list, as it could otherwise be called, in a 2D drawing to indicate these different items that make up the assembly. So let's get started. We'll click New, and we're going to be working in either, if you're designing in inches, you'll be working in the English subfolder. If you're working in millimeters, you'll select the metric. In my case, I'm using inches, so I'm going to select this folder, and my drawing will be this ANSI inches drawing. So I'll create a new drawing. And it opens up as a D size sheet, which is what I want. That's the appropriate size piece of paper for my hall table assembly. And to get started, I can click here on the base. And if it brought up a model that I hadn't intended, I could use this browser explorer to select the appropriate 3D assembly model. In my case, it did come up correctly, but we'll just go through the process of selecting it. So we click open. The front view is the view that I want to use. If I wanted a different view, I could rotate the view cube to get different arrangements. Okay, but in our case, we want the front view, so go with that. The scale is also good. I want to fit 3 views, orthographic views on this drawing, as well as a section view and an isometric view. So we'll start with 1/4 inch. I'm going to project a right-hand view and an isometric view. And that's what I need for this drawing at this point. My isometric view I need to make smaller. I'm going to go 1 scale unit down. I'm going to try actually 3/16. Pull that onto the sheet of paper. We will move down our base view, which brings the other view with it. See if that gives us enough room. Okay. Now I want to actually project a back view of my table. So the way I can do that is I can use this projected function, and we'll select the correct view first and try that again. And we'll pull it over to the right. You can see we've got a back view. I have to right click and click create to get that view to come up. But basically through the click of, or a couple clicks of my mouse, I've created all the views I'm going to need for my drawing, with the exception of one. My table has this drawer in it, and because the drawer's in the closed position, I can't necessarily see any of the parts that make up the drawer, but I know they're there. And the way I'm going to be able to show that in my drawing is I'm going to add a section line. So I've clicked the section icon, and now it's prompting me to pick a view, which I've done. And now I'll enter the endpoints of my section line. I'm going to right click and press continue. And now I have my view that I can pull away from my object. I like this placement, so I'm going to click to locate it there. Now you can see the section line indicated by A. It's looking down on this shelf as if it cut away the top of this table, and you can see that reflected here. The next thing we need to do with this drawing is we need to add a bill of materials. To do that, we can go to the Annotate toolbar, and we'll select this icon called Parts List. Again, for purposes of this activity, parts list and bill of materials are synonymous. We need to select for our bill of materials a assembly model. So that's going to be our hall table. Again, we click the browser icon, click the hall table assembly, and click open. There's different BOM views. You have structured, parts only, structured legacy, and parts only legacy. We will use structured, but we'll be modifying this. Okay, so structured, click OK, and place the bill of materials or parts list in your top right corner, and click to locate it. What you can see is automatically happened is it's associated from the assembly file the different parts that go into the assembly, and they're all listed here, as well as the quantity of each part. So there are 4 legs on this table, there's 2 side stretchers, there's 2 door slides, and everything else is a one-off unique item. What we're going to modify on this table is we want to have a column over here on the right that shows the material that each part is made out of. To do that, we'll double left click, and we want to select this button here, which is column chooser. If I click that, I can remove the description column and add in a materials column. Click OK. And I also want to show you how to change the title of this. If you want to use bill of materials like I do, instead of parts list, you could do that here. And this was the parts list table layout icon. Click OK. Again, it was this icon here that we were just in, the table layout. And apply and OK. What Inventor's done for us is it's looked at each part file in the assembly and determined which material it's made out of. So which material is assigned to each part. In my case, they're all cherry wood except for the drawer pull, which is cast bronze. I'd like to expand this column just to fit everything on one line, and that's simply done by hovering over the line and then dragging it. Now I need to associate the item number for each part in my table with the drawing. And to do that, we'll be using this balloon tool. So these are balloon leaders, and they will basically have a number that corresponds to this item number. Our first item in the list is the leg. And we'll just do a balloon leader to the leg. Click once. It lets you do different segments on this leader, but I don't want those, so I'm just going to right click and click continue. If I zoom in, you can see that number 1, and this is the item number, is now associated with the leg on my table. Right here, the description is a little misleading. I'd like to edit this, so I'm going to double click here and click into the field and just call it leg. With my caps lock on, so I'll turn that off. Call this leg. And another edit I'd like to make is call this drawer right side. You can see down below there's a left side, so now I'll have a drawer right side and a drawer left side. And we can just apply and click OK. My table has 4 legs, now they make sense. I don't need to differentiate which is the front left. Each one is actually constructed the same, so item number 1 is taken care of. Now we'll do item number 2, which is the front stretcher. There's one of those. And we'll use the balloon leader tool. And we'll hover over the number 1 we have to place this leader in line with that. Right click and continue. If I zoom in, you can see that front stretcher is here and the leg is here. The leg is number 1 and the front stretcher is number 2. I'll just work my way through the list and do item number 3, 4, 5, 6. So number 3 is the back stretcher, which is here. I can click on that, pull the leader out, right click continue, go to number 4, side stretcher, which would be here. Number 5 is my drawer front. Should be here. Our drawer right side is in our section view. That's why the section view was important. We never see this part without a section view. This is the right side of my drawer. Drawer left side is over here. And again, we'll pull a leader out to indicate that. Okay, so I would continue working through the list doing number 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And this drawing would be done. The last thing it will need is some overall dimensions, which we could do now. Overall, the tabletop is 32.88. The width, 12.63. And the height, is 29.38. These were designed as fractions, so I'm going to go to the styles editor so I can make those dimensions make a little bit more sense. Now you can see I have the fractional measurements, but the precision is off. So let's see if we can adjust that. I'll go to 1/8 of an inch precision, save and close. Now this looks right to me, 12 and 5/8, 32 and 7/8, and 29 and 3/8. So now it'd be simply a matter of saving the drawing and continuing on with the rest of the project. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.